We live in a society where humans seek for the utmost pride in the highest territory. As complicated as it may seem, we could not deny that people would always aim for the best position. Even though we did not live in the middle of the jungle, we have been adapting the way animals have been living. Survival of the fittest. That is, we are committing towards the highest tower in this society. The strongest one, in whatever aspect, will have the opportunity to get great respect. Then, isn't it a good thing that people would improve themselves in order to compete with each other? What could possibly go wrong? First thing first, we should remember that if there are strong people, then there must be the weak ones that had lost the war. They did not possess the same amount of ability and not blessed with the same power over the community. And so, they will be unfortunate to lose, even before they had a chance to enter the battle. Who are they? People who lost their home? Those who not qualified enough to get proper occupation? And those be the people who suffer from incurable illness. These are examples of people whose prowess are already taken before they use them. Secondly, greed will always be the natural behavior of each person. We like to admit it or not, human will always want it more and more. We want to be the greatest. We want to cut the entire universe, probably. But the satisfaction inside of us are too hard to place. And so we keep wanting to be the strongest. We keep our gaze staring above. And thus we forget that people below us are even more drowned in abyss of suffers. We want to be the greatest. We want to feel the greatest. And once we land our step in the highest stairs, the overwhelmed feeling of being the best would turn us into someone who lost their compassion. If we did not being cautious, the superiority feeling might transform us into an arrogant person. It is completely possible we might believe that we are the best person to ever exist. Thus, it is easier for us to look down on people that we think are below us. We think that people who view the world in different perspective from us are completely mistaken. People who did not fulfill our expectation are not decent enough. So we start to lower our standards of tolerance. We start to believe that people we think no good are actually no good. We start to lose our empathy because we think that all of our achievements are happened solely because the sake of us. So we start to deny that we have the responsibility to help those in need. The arrogancy inside of us probably make us too stingy to not even want to share others who are in misfortunes. Well, is it good then? Absolutely no. Human is the social being that we need other person's company to get the best of us. We cannot only rely on our own ability to continue this living. And each person is bestowed with their distinct characteristics. Our worlds are not only portrayed in monochrome. Each people has their own colors, so it is irrational for us to think that this world consists of only one quality. Even our country Indonesia, uphold the essence of cultural diversity. So why don't we? Now, you should know what will happen if you don't take my advice seriously. Let's imagine. Firstly, you meet someone who came from different culture, or different region, or different religion, anything. You did not like her or him, whatever, because you think your own culture is far more superior. You behave rudely to them, and then they start to get irritated by your action. Can you guess what happened next? Lucky if they are not the type of person who hold grudges or remind you kindly that your manners are terrible. But what if? What if they grow their anger? What if not only them who felt offended? It would be a start of another war. You hear me? It would be a start of another war. Literally. And I am not exaggerating anything. It could start conflict between the two cultures, which can shake the harmony of our country. Just because your irresponsible words, just because your arrogance and your low tolerance. Now, on the other hand, if you keep being ignorant and turn a blind eye for them who were in misfortune, do you think our country will keep in order? You may think that it is nonsense, but I was saying the truth. Take a look at the amount of unemployed people whom stress enough that they start to drown in slum. Those who had no choice but to live under the bridge because they lost their home. Those who fall in depression and lost their motivation because they knew they could stop breathing at any moment. Those who turned into a criminal since their young age because they didn't get proper education. Do you think we could live peacefully in this kind of nation? No, right? So now you know it very well, that tolerance and compassion are those important factors to keep our life in structures. We would never taste the feeling of healthy social environment if we didn't have the desire to make them into reality. Now, what would you do? Do you want to be a lone wolf in the dark and highest mountain, only to be hated by the entire planet? Or you want to be the sun whose warmness are being adored by the whole universe? My name is Roro Prihatini, and that is healthy societal environment through tolerance and compassion. Thank you very much.